Mega Sharpedo is coming out for the first time ever in Pokemon Go, and that is going to be this weekend. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the top tips, the tricks, the strategies, and everything that you need to know about Mega Sharpedo Day in Pokemon Go. So welcome to the Trader Club. Here we go. On Sunday, the 6th, from 2 until 5 p.m., we are going to be able to get Mega Sharpedo for the first time ever in Pokemon Go. And right off the gate, guys, I just wanted to remind you that this Pokemon does share the exact same typing as does, I don't know why they did this, doesn't make any too much sense, the Mega Gyarados. So they both have water and dark typing. I really would have loved if they would have kept that Gyarados not dark typing and kept it with a water flying type combination. That would have been a bit more served, especially with how we integrate Mega Pokemon in Pokemon Go, where we are going to be able to use them for candy for Pokemon caught. And that's a unique typing, and this typing is already replayed. So before we jump in, just want to remind you guys, number one, I did make a mistake in one of my videos. I will be going to London, Ontario, not Ottawa. So I will be doing that in 2 weeks for Flabébé Com Day and for the London Comic Con, not in the UK, in Ottawa, Canada. So I hope to see all you guys there. So I will be playing Flabébé out there with the local community. My bad on the mistake. And then two, if you guys do want the Pokemon Go Plus mod, it is in my Discord. So once you join, you just scroll down on the rooms and it's going to say the shop. And then in the shop is going to be a place where you can fill out a form to get your process started. Fuzzy will reach out via email and then we will get started with everything. So that's how you're going to be able to do that to help you optimize, because remember, all the way until we hit level 50, hopefully before October 15th, you guys are not going to want to miss out on anything. So for this Pokemon, it is going to be a dark and a water type. Not only are we going to cover the typings, the 100% IVs, the counters, the megas to use, we're also going to check it out to see how relevant it is as a meta attacker in this video too. So meaning, is it worth your time and energy? The bonuses will be remote raid pass limit increased to 20 on Saturday, September 6th to the 7th at 8 p.m. So from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So for a grand total of 27 hours. While completing Pokestops, every time you do so, you're going to get 5 additional passes. If you don't do a raid on Saturday, you bring the raid pass in, you're going to get a grand total of 6. So be mindful of that. And then finally, there's going to be increased shiny odds for this Sharpedo. But also remember that while you can't really use these passes for other Pokemon, unless they happen to have a couple raids that are overhung, what I mean by that is at 2 p.m. the raids will switch over into the Sharpedo. But if there are raids before that, they can bleed over into the hour of 2 p.m. So you would be able to use the free passes outside of the Mega Sharpedo if you're not trying to grind super hard for this. For the event tickets, $4.99, you're going to get the additional 8 passes, increased chance to get rare XL candy from raid battles, 50% more XP, and 2 times Stardust from the raid battles. So for this one, with an additional 3,000 XP being added in, it is worth getting as much XP as you possibly can, especially on these raid days when we're fighting Pokemon that are going to go down really fast. But then remember, guys, the excellent throws are extremely valuable, so don't overlook my tips that I gave you in this video. And then obviously the shiny is out and the shiny Mega will be out too. I need help in the comments below. Would you guys purify this specific Pokemon that I have for IVs? So the Mega is going to max out at 3,701 CP. It is not the highest CP Pokemon. It's not even over 4,000, which is actually kind of surprising for Megas. It has an attack of 289, a defense of 144, and a stamina of 172, with weaknesses to Bug, Electric, Fairy, Fighting, and Grass, and resisting Dark, Fire, Ghost, Ice, Steel, and double resisting Psychic. It also has the fast attacks of Bite and Waterfall, and the charge moves of Poison Fang, Hydro Pump, and Crunch. And the 100% IVs you will be catching will be 1246 in non-foggy/rainy weather, but in the foggy and rainy weather, it is going to be 1558. And then, according to Pokebattler, it's going to take 0.81 trainers to take this down, so it will definitely be soloable, and you're going to be able to smash this one extremely fast. But once again, guys, remember, from my perspective, we already have this typing. Get your energy, do your Mega Evolutions, and then chill out. Put them in the folder where you're going to be able to get the free evolutions every time you check that folder every 4 or 5 days. That's where I'm going to be putting my Sharpedo. I won't even be powering one all the way to the max Mega level 3 because we already have this typing. I don't need more of this typing. So this one, while I will Mega multiple of these, I'm not going to sit here and try to get them all the way to the top as fast as possible because the typing isn't unique enough and it's already been in the game. And then which Megas should we use throughout the day? Starting off with the water, it's going to be Primal Kyogre, which is one that I always recommend. If you can do Kyogre, Groudon, or Rayquaza as any of the 3, we're going to be covering typings one more than every other typing. So Kyogre was going to boost all of the rainy weather, which will cover water, electric, and bug. So if you have any of those Pokemon spawning in the wild, you will be able to pick up some additional XL candy for those. Additionally, you can use, because Mega Level 3 is the most important, Blastoise, Slowbro, Gyarados, Swampert, and Primal Kyogre. And then for the dark typing, Gyarados, Houndoom, Tyranitar, Sableye, and Absol. So with that said, we're obviously going to cover the top counters, which number one is going to be Mega Lucario with Force Palm and Aura Sphere. While we can use this Pokemon if you want to take it down extremely fast, that would be a very valuable Pokemon to use. However, I do suggest going in to optimize the XL candy if you need it, because Sharpedo as well as Carvanha is not the most common Pokemon in the game. In spot number 2, we have Mega Sceptile, which once again, if you're using the Megas for candy, overlook these, but if you're trying to take it down as fast as possible, this works best. Fury Cutter, which is a bug move, and Frenzy Plant. In spot 3, Mega Heracross, Counter, and Mega Horn. Shadow Raikou in 4 with Thundershock and Aura Sphere. In spot number 5, we have Shadow Regigigas with the Hidden Power Grass and Crush Grip. In spot number 6, we're going to have the Dragon Ascent Rayquaza. In spot 7, Shadow Conkeldurr with Counter and Dynamic Punch. Low Kick Sacred Sword on Keldeo in spot number 8. Kartana Razor Leaf Leaf Blade in spot number 9. Mega Gardevoir in spot 10 with double fairy moves. 11 is going to be Charge Beam and Fusion Bolt on the Zekrom. Spot number 12 is going to be Dragon Breath and Aura Zephyr on the Mega Latios. In spot 13, we have Mega Venusaur. Then we have the budget counter of Lucario in spot 14 with Force Palm and Aura Sphere. Spot 15, we have the Mega Latias. We have spot 16, Shadow Sceptile. Mega Manectric in spot 17. Shaman in spot 18. And then if you guys want to keep going down the list, you can go so. But just look at those Lucarios. We should have all Lucarios. If not, you can use grass Pokemon to go after this. You could use electric Pokemon as well. Whatever you have in your top grass, electric, and fighting categories is going to be your top bet here. So that's going to be the easiest way to tangle those Pokemon, but is it going to be worth rating for? Let's see how strong it is in the game. The strongest move on this Pokemon combination is going to be Bite and Hydro Pump at 40.76. Then we have Waterfall and Hydro Pump at 40.18. Then double dark moves at 37.77. Waterfall and Crunch at 37.72. So normally speaking, over 40, pretty good. However, remember, we have to compete against Primal Kyogre, Shadow Kyogre, regular Kyogre with Origin Pulse, and other strong water type attackers. So will it sit in the top? The number one Pokemon, no surprise, Primal Kyogre with Waterfall and Origin Pulse at 63.27, which is so much higher than that 40 spot that we already talked about for the Mega. Spot number 2, we have a budget counter, Mega Swampert with Water Gun and Hydro Cannon at 54. So Swampert is going to be the best budget counter overriding out this Mega Sharpedo here. Then we have the Shadow Kyogre with 53.98, Shadow Palkia at 53.18. Then we have the Mega Salamence with the Hydro Pump at 50.42, Mega Blastoise at 49.34, Ash Greninja not in the game yet, but very strong. Mega Gyarados, 48.81. And if we want to keep going down the list, we can see other things coming up on this for us. We also see the Palkia with the Hydro Pump at 46.3. We have the Shadow versions in here. And then if we keep going down the list, we have the Quaquaval at 42.37, Primarina at 42.27, which is a budget counter, non-mega, Haxorus at 41.78. And then we see the Mega Sharpedo show up with the Bite and the Hydro Pump at 40.76, which is behind the Empoleon, Samurott, Salamence, Haxorus, Primarina, Quaquaval, all in their regular forms, guys. So is this Pokemon recommended to go after to power up and to capitalize on Pokemon Go? No, it is not. This is a Dex entry Pokemon. Wanted to make sure you guys are ready for this. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Enjoy your time here. I'm going to see you out on the next video. Peace.